Hello, everybody. Welcome. It is Leah Ray from Digital Trailblazer. Super excited to have you with me tonight. This is going to be fun. Okay. So how do you actually create your offer? An offer that is good, an offer that will actually help people and that will sell, because there are way too many people in our group, following us everywhere else, that are stuck. They're stuck at the beginning of this process. They're stuck where they haven't created their offer yet. They're just sort of overwhelmed in those initial phases. And so what we're going to lay out for you today is how to fix that, how to actually start making stuff happen right now. Okay. So that you have an actual game plan, making this happen, reaching the people who are ready to buy, and having an offer that's juicy enough that they're actually going to purchase. So yes, as you jump on, say hi. We're going to have a little contest. Do something fun for whatever platform is the most active. We got TikTok coming in. We've got YouTube. We got the group. We've got my page. We got all kinds of people from all kinds of places. So as you jump on, say hi. Let me know you are on and where you are watching from today. All right. And then queue up your questions, because we're going to get some good stuff. Hey, Heather, welcome. Make sure my thing is muted, and we're going to open it up and get all your comments. Okay. Hey, Brian, good to see you. Okay. Hey, welcome, Facebook peoples. Facebook is winning so far. So if you're on YouTube, if you're on TikTok, you're not winning. Sorry, but it's the truth. So let's jump on in. Now, my strategy, or what I do oftentimes for these live videos, is to look at all of the people who are joining the group and look what is coming up for them. What is their top issue that they say that they're having? And today, the top issue was how to create their offer, how to create a course. How do you create something? And I just had several of these conversations last week. So I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Let's jump in and talk about how to actually create, because all too often people have wanted to create a course, create a coaching program, create their offer for years and still don't have it. And I don't want that to be you, because that's a huge missed opportunity. And there's all of these people who need your help who aren't getting it. The longer this drags out, the more people are suffering without whatever kind of support and awesomeness that you can provide them. So first question, need a comment for, is how long have you thought about or wanted to create a course or a coaching program? Let me know in the comments, because I hope that it's a very short amount of time and you're taking action and you're hitting your goals right away. All too often, though, folks, it ends up, I'm having conversations with folks and it's 5 years, it's 10 years, it's 20 years. I've had those conversations. Dang, can you imagine what it'd have been like if you had done it 20 years ago, where you would be now, right? Like the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree, today. So let's make it happen. So Anna, 5 years, Sue, 5 years, Kevin, several years. Oh, bless you. Okay, let's fix it. Okay, let's start at the beginning. Let's start with the concept. Now, most of you have a general idea for a concept. If you don't, this will be super duper helpful. But even if you have a concept, this is important. So we need to really flesh out, how do you go from a concept and actually put it into a program, something that people will actually purchase. Now, a shift that you need to make in your mindset is thinking about giving away information. Like your program is informational. No, your program should be transformational. Your program should transform someone's situation to get them a specific set of results. Way too many people have, like, information is everywhere. So if you want to have a course that teaches healthy eating, sorry, we have Google. We've got YouTube. We don't need that, right? People don't need a program that teaches information. People want a program that gets them a result. Right? So for example, I'm really knowledgeable about the body, health, wellness. I was a registered nurse, and I've gone through a very long journey on my own with alternative medicine and detoxifying and all kinds of really cool stuff. And So I'm really knowledgeable about this stuff. And I know, and I've done weight training, like I've had quite a journey. So I know how to build muscle. I know how to sculpt my body. I know how to lose weight, all of these sorts of things. I have the knowledge. But guess what? I still struggle with my weight. I still want to be thinner. I want to lose weight. Now, am I going to buy a program that teaches me ketogenic diet, that teaches me some sort of fitness thing, that teaches me? No, I have the knowledge already. I'm not going to buy that. No. What will I pay for? If you can help me drop 20 pounds, oh, I'll pay for that. I'll 100% pay for that because I want that result, right? It has to be result oriented. So really think about this. I had a great conversation with one of our clients today who was talking about mindfulness, and she loves mindfulness and she's passionate about teaching mindfulness and all this kind of stuff. And she's in the process of creating her offer right now. And the reality is mindfulness is a means to an end. Mindfulness, people don't want the result of being mindful, right? People want to be mindful to get these other things. That might be healthier, better family relationships. That might be a romantic love interest. That might be a better career. That might be a more successful business. That might be all of these things. But it's a means to an end. And all too often, people try to create a program that's just about the means. The means is your method, the way that you're going to help people. But what you're selling are the results. It all has to be framed in a way that gets people results. So when you're looking at getting started with a great program that's actually sellable, you need to back this thing up and say, okay, well, what kind of results can I actually help people get? Can I help them lose weight? Can I help them get more sales? Can I help them build a social media following? Can I help them generate leads? Can I help them get increased muscle mass, flip their first home? We have a client, Donnie, who's doing awesome. And he has a client. We told him about his latest deal for his client that he helped him work out. And he's a real estate investment coach. And this client is making $75,000 in his first deal in real estate, right? That's a heck of a result. That's beautiful. That's powerful, right? So that's a result. People don't want to learn about real estate investment. People want to make their first flip and make $75,000. So there's a very, very big difference in this. So I would love to hear your thoughts. What result could you potentially help people achieve? Okay, throw it in the comments. We'll see who's the most, I love Joe Bob. Okay, awesome. Doug, welcome. Okay, so throw in the comments, what result could you help people achieve? And then we can back this up and we can actually start to create the program. Now, pitfall, while you're commenting and letting me know what your results can be that you can help people achieve, pitfall that so many people fall into, and I don't do this. Okay, here's the trap. They want to create this program. They create a great outline, and then we would start teaching if they were working with us. Once your outline is created, once you know what you're going to do, start marketing, because the biggest thing that takes the most time is audience growth and development. 100%. And if you wait until you've created a final product to start that, you're way behind the 8 ball. And this is going to keep pushing things out, right? This is pushing all your goals. This is pushing out everything. So instead of sitting back and creating a final product before doing anything else, we're going to move things along, right? You're going to have a really good outline, and then start marketing, start building an audience, generating leads, nurturing that audience so you can launch. And when you launch, the fastest way to get a course or program created is to do a live launch, not a sit back and record everything for 6 months ahead of time. Because have you ever heard of Parkinson's law? This is saying, paraphrasing, that the amount of time it takes will expand to the amount of time you've given it. Okay. It's going to take as much time. So if you're just sitting here and it's more comfortable because you're behind a camera, you're not putting yourself out there, you're not being vulnerable, you're just staying in your zone of genius, shooting videos, working on worksheets, whatever, it's going to take forever. It's going to take so much time versus just get a good outline, create, then start creating your marketing materials, lead generation stuff that you need funnels, you need all that kind of stuff. And then start generating leads, nurturing those leads, and getting ready to do the actual launch. That's how you create right away. And then in the launch, we would do a live launch. So say it's going to be like your end goal is to create a 6-module digital course. Well, you do a beta launch the first time and you do it live. Every week is a module and you deliver it live on Zoom. Or every week you just stay ahead of dropping the videos on a certain date. And it forces you and it makes it just, it's so much easier. You get out of your head, you take action, you make things happen. 100%. So I highly suggest the live launch strategy and not letting yourself sit back and just record or create a program. Because you will lose so much time if you do that. Okay. So it's really, really important. Now, if you didn't see the comment, I got to update this thing in my group. All right. We have some good treats for you guys tonight. We're going to keep going and I'm going to lay out how do you actually create the structure of the program and everything else. But what I want is for you to know what the treats are, the giveaways. So if you are in TikTok, sorry, you only ever get one. You got to go to a bio, grab the bio link to grab our 7 days to the Trello board thing. Really, really good. However, everybody else, we got a really cool one. In YouTube and LinkedIn, the link is there for you. Everyone on Facebook, y'all need to type in some comments. Okay. So what are you going to type in? You're going to type in scale to receive our launch and scale training. If you want to learn how to launch and scale, you want this training. Okay. So type in scale and I and my team will follow up afterwards in Messenger. We will get you that training for free. Okay. Now, on top of that, if you're watching tonight and you're like, I am so sick of being in my own head and trying to guess what to do next and throwing spaghetti at the wall, and I just want to get this finished. We are in third quarter of this year already, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to take action. So if you are at that point, type in info in the comments and we'll just chat. I will talk with you. We'll see what's going on. We will see how we can help you with this. Okay. Because time is the most precious commodity we have. All right. Don't let any more time waste. Get this where it needs to be as soon as possible. Okay. So yes, type in info. We'll and if you type in anything on Facebook, send me a friend request so I can actually get you what you ask for. Otherwise, it might be stuck in message requests forever and you won't get it. Okay. And you don't want that. All right. So how do you actually structure the program? Now, I love raise your hand or put in a comment if you want time freedom. Is that one of your factors in creating this business? Like, why are you not focusing, camera? Ooh, hold on. My other camera's not focusing. There we go. Okay. Is time freedom one of your goals? If time freedom is one of your goals, you absolutely do not want to be doing one-on-one coaching. It is a massive, I'd say waste of time because it's not a waste of time, but it's trading your time for money. Okay. So when you're structuring a program, start with the end in mind in all things, right? Start with the end in mind. So what kind of business do you want? Do you want time freedom? Great. If you want time freedom, that means you absolutely need a digital course. And you can build a combination of a digital course and a group coaching program that gives you time freedom. If you only have one-on-one, if you have to actually be on a Zoom call with someone teaching them something, no. Your Zoom calls should be for teaching bigger picture. Like they created something, now you're giving them feedback. They already learned the concepts in your course. Now they're implementing it and you're going, okay, almost. However, this would be better, right? Or helping them with brainstorming or helping to keep them accountable. Those are all things that are great for coaching, but you shouldn't be doing a whole bunch of teaching in your coaching if you want to create a leverage business. You want to put that into a digital course that they can watch on their own time. Now, if you do the live launch strategy, then you would take those recorded videos from the live launch, and then those can become your ongoing training. Or if you feel like they need to be more polished, maybe you can re-record them, but the content's already ready. Okay. So, Anita, absolutely, Anita, let's talk after this. Okay. So you want to structure this for leverage. That means anytime you're going to say things multiple times, that means you need to record it. It needs to be viable. It needs to be available for someone to go through on their own time. I know when I get coaching, when I get a course, like when I want to consume a program, I can't even tell you what time of day I'm going to go through that information. It might be 5 o'clock in the morning, right? It very likely could be 5 o'clock in the morning because that could be my downtime. I'm a very busy mom. I've got 2 kids. I'm running a business. I'm doing all of these kinds of things. If I'm going to make time for something, it's going to be super duper early. And I don't want to wait on a coach to tell me things. I want to go through things as quickly as I can on my schedule. And then I want to work with the coach to help me fix and understand better, right? Help me to optimize and get better at it. So, I mean, I know I love that as a client. I love it as a coach because of the time freedom and the availability to get things done. Okay. So absolutely do that. She plays recording for time freedom. I don't know what you're at. Okay. Weird comments on TikTok, but we love you anyway. It's fine. Half the time I don't know what they're saying, or on YouTube, I have to say YouTube comments lately have been really weird. And I'm like, do I need to Google what that even means? If it's mean, or should I delete it or just leave it? I don't know, but that's all right. Okay. So, we need to start with the end in mind and the structure. So, if you want time freedom, you definitely need to record stuff. You need it in a membership site. If you don't have a membership site, if you don't know how to set up a membership site, if you don't know how to set up funnels, these are critical things for your business. You do not have a business if you don't have these things. You have a expensive hobby that's sucking a lot of time. Okay. You need these systems in place. They are foundational. This is like you're paying your electric bill for a brick and mortar business. If you don't know how to do these things, if you don't have systems for this, go ahead and check out ConvertPoint.io. ConvertPoint.io. I'll type it out. ConvertPoint.io. And that system is our system. It's really, really good. And we've got some good we'll give you a free funnel template to help you get this all started. But you absolutely need that to make this work. Okay. Now, how do you lay out? A lot of people get really nervous about creating the content for the program. Don't make this too hard. This should really be simple. Simplify this, right? Yes, you want your people to get great results, but the reality is there is always people who buy things and never even log in. So if you lose sleep over trying to like gamify this and make this so amazing that everybody will always watch all of it and do everything, don't. Okay? That's just not the reality of this world. You want to get this out. You want to make sure the content is amazing, can get people amazing results, and go, right? Don't just spin forever on trying to have this perfect thing that everyone will love immediately and everyone will complete and finish, because that's just not how people are. People get distracted way too easy. So make it good, have it really good content, but don't go crazy with it. I hope that makes sense. And because I've seen people really lose sleep, really lose time trying to make this just insanely like gamified and everything else. And it's like, no, get it out there, because while you're sitting there spinning your wheels, people are just, they're not getting your help. People who you could be helping are stuck here suffering because you want to gamify your program more. Nah, don't do that. Okay. So let's start with the end in mind and do a walk back on how do you actually create the structure of the program. Okay, Latoya, good. I'm glad that makes sense. All right. So how do you lay this out? The common scenario for folks these days is really having video training and then potentially some downloads or worksheets that accompany the training. Okay. That's normal. In the fitness world, it's a little bit different, and you may add in like a fitness app where you're like assigning specific exercises or workouts. So the fitness space, you might add a bit on top of that. But for everybody else, basically a video content with, as needed, additional handouts, PDFs or Word documents with notes, tips, worksheets, stuff like that. Okay. That is the normal format. So if you're like, I have no idea, that's pretty normal. Okay. People expect that. There's tons of those programs out there. And in where do you go from there? If you're like, okay, so I get that. I get it's going to be video, but how do I figure out like what order to do things in, how to do it? Okay, we're going to again start with the end in mind. Okay, like I said at the very beginning of this, you need a result that your program is geared towards. Your program helps people get X, right? Like Donnie, our client, he helps people make $25,000 in their first real estate flip, right? Or transaction or whatever he calls them. $25,000. So that's the result. Now, in order to make $25,000 in your first real estate investment transaction, work your way backward. What are the milestones that you must accomplish to do that? Now, I have no idea what these milestones are, or I would give you examples. Maybe it's working your way backwards. You're going to need a buyer, right? And then you're going to work your way backwards further. You need to find a seller. Work your way backwards. You need to even understand how to how to structure deals. Work your way backwards. Maybe you need to work on your credit score or whatever, right? So going backwards, and now you have these milestones. Milestones can be modules in your program. Okay. So I want you to take like a word, like you can write this out on a notebook, or I have this cool like digital notebook, Remarkable thing. And I would just write it out, like make a little picture diagram for yourself. Okay. Start with the end with the result, and then make tally marks, little boxes, like a old Visio program, if that's still a thing. Boxes of like, what are those milestones? Milestones equal modules. And then for each of those modules individually, I want to see bullet points underneath it. What are the steps that are required to complete that milestone? So if the milestone is finding a deal, then maybe step 1 is knowing where to contact, like how to even find people, how to connect with people, right? Where to find lists of leads, right? How do you find leads for those to contact? That might be step number 1. Step number 2 might be your script. Like, how do you talk with these people? What do you say? Step number 3 might be booking some sort of additional meeting with these people or showing them a contract. Step number 4 is blah, blah. Like whatever those steps are to reach the milestone, that's what you got to do. Okay. Those are the steps then equal the individual lessons inside the module. Ta-da! So it's really not that hard. So just write it on out, like, diagram this bad boy. Okay. Put it down, and then you can move on and you can start actually putting together your marketing. Start figuring out how to connect with leads, generate traffic, convert people into leads, and then warm them up, nurture them, and love on them so they're ready for you to launch and they want to buy when you're ready to sell. That's how you crush this. For real. Okay, I have one too. Love it. Remarkable. Oh, yeah, Stephanie has a Remarkable. I just got it. It was my Mother's Day gift. I went on a girls' weekend and one of the girls had one of those Remarkable notebooks, and it was super cool. And I was like, I always lose my notebooks, or it goes away and I never see my note ever again. So I got one. It's pretty neat, I have to say. Okay, so if you haven't yet typed in scale, you definitely want to type in scale in the comments. Okay, type in scale in the comments, and we will get you our scale and our launch and scale training in YouTube and in LinkedIn. Just check the description. It's already there. You can just click on it and opt in. It's there. And TikTok, head over to the profile. It's there for you. All right. And then on top of that, if you are like, this is really cool and I get it, but I definitely need to be held accountable to move this forward, or I need someone to help me with brainstorming, or I need feedback on what I'm actually doing because I have no idea how to set any of this stuff up. Hey, that's what we do. It's our expertise. So let's just chat, see what's going on, see how we can help you out with this. So in the comments, type in info. I'm trying to forget what I forgot. Info, type in info in the comments to set up a time just to chat. Okay. This is not a sales call. This is a hi, what's going on call. And we'll chat, see what's going on, see if there's some freebie we can send you up with, see if I can send you some more information about our other programs. But really, okay, we are in a really hot time right now. Like I said, 20 years ago would have been awesome to do this. right now is the second best time. There is still so much opportunity. If you let this pass, if you let this whatever, it's going to be another 5 years, 10 years, 20 years before you get around to this. And if you think things are crowded now, you have no idea, right? Like you have no idea. This is the time, this is the opportunity to make things happen, to get out there, to start building your brand, building your audience, start making your mark, right? And if you want to get really, I don't know, bigger picture, right? We're in a kind of a crappy economy, right? These sorts of things are huge. Like this is where people do really well. And if you go back in the events section in our Facebook group, I did a whole training on how to grow and do awesome in a bad economy. With that in mind, when bad economies happen, there's also massive opportunities. So not even just inside your business, but it's not hard to believe that there might be some big real estate opportunities in the next couple years, right? Like very possible that some prices may plummet. Okay. Now, at the same time, interest rates might be really high, but if you actually get this business going, if you start making good money and you start to scale, you can then turn that into, you can use that money, create your nest egg, and then put that into those other investments to hit things, to be able to take that opportunity with real estate, with other things that pop up, opportunities in, unfortunately, a crappy environment, a crappy economy, right? But you can be the ones thriving and growing and getting us out of a recession. So that's really cool. All right, type in scale if you have not yet. We will follow up with you. Type in info if you just don't know what to do. If you're throwing spaghetti at the wall and you don't know what's sticking and you don't know what to do and you don't have if it looks, I'll explain that in a second. If you don't have a plan to get you to $10,000 a month next month, scale to 20, by the end of the summer, right? If you don't have a plan, know exactly how to do that, just type in info, we'll chat, see how we can help you out. Now, yes, I got distracted because I have a nice little pretty mark there. I just had a TB test. So some of you have followed me on the personal page and have seen that we are in the process of going through paperwork to do another adoption. And this time around, they're making us take a TB skin test. So thankfully, I did not test positive, but you will see there's a weird little mark there. And that's because why? Okay. All right. Type in info, type in scale. Let's chat. We'll see what's going on. And have a blessed night. So every Monday, same time. Okay. So put this on your calendar. If it's not there yet, reoccurring meeting every Monday at 7 Eastern. 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Mountain, 4 Pacific. That took way too much brain power. Okay, 4 Pacific time. Put it on your calendar, mark it as a reoccurring meeting that's going to happen every Monday. We have people in this group who have made thousands of dollars just off the free training. So if you miss this, you're silly. You're very silly. Latoya, 8 a.m. in Japan. Oh my goodness. Bless you, Latoya. That's awesome. That is so cool. All right. So Christine says lead magnet will be finished by Thursday, period. I don't care if I'm up all night. Oh, good, Christine. All right. There are times and places. Now, I don't want you to set yourself up to have a hustle heavy business, but when you are in the building phase, when you are setting things up, yes, there are going to be times to stay up all night. There are going to be times to push yourself, to just make it happen and do whatever you can to get it done. Okay? This is that time. You don't find balance at the beginning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry to burst any bubbles, but people who talk about helping to create balance in your business. Yes, that's the goal. That's not how it starts. Okay? You've got to really work hard to get everything set up, to get the foundation laid, to start making the sales, to start to scale, where you can then have balance. You can have leverage if you've set your business up the right way. So absolutely. All right. I'll see you all next Monday. Scale and info in the comments. Have a blessed night. Bye. Whoop. Oh, TikTok shut off.